Have you ever found yourself scrolling through your feed late into the night, promising yourself it's just 5 more minutes, but suddenly realizing an hour has flown by? Hello, and welcome, everyone. I'm Chris, and you're listening to the Everyday English Podcast. Today we're diving into a question that speaks to our hyper-connected age: the future of social media. Will we ever log off? Whether you're a college student juggling academic deadlines, a budding professional navigating LinkedIn, or simply someone who loves scrolling through TikTok dance trends, this episode will shed light on where social media is headed, why it keeps us so hooked, and what a balanced digital future might look like. So, let's jump right in. Sector 1. Our permanently online lifestyle. To begin, let's get a sense of how deep this digital rabbit hole goes. According to the Pew Research Center, over 70% of adults in the United States check social media daily, often multiple times a day. Meanwhile, Global Web Index indicates that the average person worldwide spends more than 2 hours on social platforms every single day, adding up to an entire month per year solely dedicated to scrolling, liking, commenting, or sharing. What does this mean for us? For starters, it means social media isn't just an activity, it's a lifestyle. We use it for everything from following news stories and planning events to finding a job or discovering the latest pop culture trends. And, while staying connected can be exciting, it also raises the question: are we inching closer to a future where we never truly log off? Or is there a turning point where we step back and reassess how digital our lives should be? Sector 2. How we got here. A quick history. Let's briefly rewind to understand how we ended up so attached to these platforms. Early pioneers like MySpace, Friendster, and Orkut helped introduce the concept of social networking in the early 2000s. Suddenly you could connect with friends, cousins, and even distant acquaintances, all from the comfort of your dial-up internet connection. Then, Facebook arrived, offering a more intuitive interface and features like photo tagging and wall posts, turning social media into a genuine global phenomenon. Shortly afterward came Twitter, now rebranded as X, popularizing microblogging, limiting users to 140, later 280 characters, and emphasizing real-time conversation. Instagram followed in 2010, focusing on aesthetics and curated snapshots of life, while TikTok captured lightning in a bottle with its short, algorithm-driven video format. Each evolution of social media responded to shifting user behaviors: shorter attention spans, desire for visual content, and a growing willingness to share nearly every facet of life online. By the time smartphones became commonplace, we had an always-on device in our pocket, making it possible to check social media anywhere, anytime. Sector 3. Beyond the giants, niche online spaces. While mega platforms like Instagram and YouTube command the world's attention, an emerging trend is the rise of specialized, smaller networks. Think of Discord servers for gamers or hobbyists, Slack communities for industry professionals, or subreddits on Reddit dedicated to every topic under the sun. These mini-communities create virtual living rooms where people with specific interests can gather without getting lost in the noise of a massive news feed. Interestingly, McKinsey & Company reports that younger generations, especially Gen Z, often favor these smaller, private or semi-private online spaces. They can be more authentic, less cluttered by ads, and offer a sense of belonging that big platforms struggle to replicate. This trend toward personalized digital communities suggests that even if we continue living in a social media-saturated world, how we engage might shift from public broadcasts to more intimate gatherings of like-minded individuals. Sector 4. The flip side: FOMO and mental health. Of course, this connectivity comes with drawbacks, one of the biggest being FOMO, fear of missing out. Perhaps you've felt that pang of envy seeing friends at a concert while you're stuck at home. Or maybe you've noticed the anxiety that bubbles up when you don't check your feed for a few hours, worried you might be missing some crucial update. According to studies cited by the Harvard Business Review, excessive social media use can be associated with elevated levels of anxiety, loneliness, and depression. Part of the issue is the highlight reel effect. people tend to share only their best moments, creating a skewed perception of reality. Meanwhile, push notifications and infinite scroll designs are intentionally engineered to capture our attention and keep us on the platform. These design choices might boost engagement, but they can also foster stress and that lingering sense of always needing to see what's new. Sector 5. The Workplace Revolution, Social Media for Professionals. On the other hand, it's impossible to ignore social media's growing role in professional life. LinkedIn is no longer just a digital resume. It's a bustling hub where people hunt for jobs, network with peers, and share industry insights. Platforms like Slack and Microsoft Teams have also blurred the line between social media and workplace collaboration tools, enabling real-time chats, file sharing, and even casual channel discussions for watercooler banter. For content creators, social media platforms open up avenues to launch personal brands, build client bases, and operate fully online. Meanwhile, businesses depend on targeted ads across Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook to reach new customers. As a result, fully logging off can carry professional consequences, especially if your job relies on real-time updates or direct engagement with your audience. Instead, many individuals and organizations are wrestling with how to leverage these platforms responsibly, balancing productivity with a sense of well-being. Sector 6. Shopping in the digital world, the rise of social commerce. Another dimension to this story is social commerce, where platforms merge shopping and socializing into one seamless experience. You've likely seen influencers showcasing fashion hauls or tech gadgets on a live stream, with a button inviting viewers to shop now. According to Forbes, social commerce is on track to hit the $1 trillion mark within just a few years, underscoring how quickly consumers are embracing the see now, buy now mentality. For the average user, this means social media can be a convenient marketplace. Instead of scouring websites for deals, you can watch a tutorial on TikTok or Instagram Reels and purchase the product directly with a single tap. This heightened integration of commerce and community raises the stakes of logging off. You're no longer just missing out on memes. You might be missing out on trendy bargains or the next big launch. Sector 7. Virtual reality and the metaverse. Any conversation about the future of social media would be incomplete without mentioning virtual reality, VR, and the metaverse. Companies like Meta, formerly Facebook, have invested billions in building immersive digital worlds, where avatars can attend concerts, host business meetings, or simply hang out together. These innovations might be in their infancy, but the World Economic Forum notes that they could significantly alter our conception of being online, making it far more interactive than scrolling through a two-dimensional feed. Imagine gathering with friends scattered around the globe in a virtual cafe, or exploring a 3D museum curated by an artist you admire. If this vision becomes mainstream, logging off might feel like stepping out of an entire alternate universe, one that blurs the line between the digital and physical realms. While some find this exciting, others worry it could further detach us from in-person experiences, making it even harder to disconnect when we want or need to. Sector 8. Content creation, the infinite scroll and its hold on us. One major factor keeping us glued to our screens is the seemingly endless flow of new content. Every time we refresh our feed, the algorithm lines up fresh videos, stories, or posts tailored just for us. As Social Media Examiner explains, content creators are fueling this cycle by continually crafting viral dances, comedic skits, or motivational vlogs, knowing that each clip could be their ticket to internet fame. Add in the concept of the infinite scroll, where you can never reach the bottom of your feed, and you've got a perfect recipe for near-constant engagement. We're biologically wired to seek novelty, and social media platforms expertly capitalize on that by always serving up something new. Consequently, stepping away can feel like you're missing out on the party. It's not just that you're leaving an app. You might be leaving behind countless updates, videos, and connections, a reality that makes the idea of logging off seem even more daunting. Sector 9. Algorithmic feeds and digital echo chambers. This leads us to another huge player in the social media space: algorithmic feeds. From TikTok's For You page to Instagram's home feed, we're served content likely to align with our personal preferences. The upside is that we discover content that genuinely resonates, from cooking tutorials to personal finance tips. The downside: we may find ourselves in echo chambers, seeing the same viewpoints repeated endlessly, potentially missing out on diverse perspectives. A study in the Harvard Business Review discusses how these filter bubbles amplify certain beliefs, limit exposure to different viewpoints, and can even heighten ideological polarization. Moreover, these algorithms are specifically designed to keep us browsing as long as possible. Each like or view you register feeds back into the system, honing its ability to anticipate what will grab your attention next. Logging off becomes challenging when the content you're shown feels so uniquely curated that shutting down feels like turning your back on a personal assistant who knows your every taste. Sector 10. Finding middle ground. Setting boundaries. With so many reasons to stay glued to our devices, professional networking, social commerce, entertainment, and more, will we ever truly log off? Perhaps the better question is whether we can find a middle ground that preserves the benefits while minimizing the downsides. Many people are experimenting with digital detoxes, taking a weekend or a few weeks off social media to recalibrate. Others track screen time meticulously, using built-in phone features to limit daily usage. For office workers, some companies enforce no-message policies after certain hours to prevent burnout. Students who struggle with procrastination might install app blockers that cut them off from social media during key study times. These strategies don't remove social media altogether, but they carve out healthier boundaries. In many ways, partial disconnection might be more realistic, safeguarding mental health, productivity, and real-world relationships while still enjoying the powerful connectivity these platforms offer. Sector 11. Emerging avenues for innovation. What's promising is that the social media industry itself appears to be waking up to users' desires for balance and well-being. Ethical design is gaining traction. Think features like take a break, nudges, optional chronological feeds, or emphasis on mental health resources. Platforms are exploring ways to make their algorithms more transparent, allowing users to shape the kind of content they see. According to the Pew Research Center, younger generations demand stronger privacy protections and user-centric platform developments, potentially ushering in a new era of socially responsible tech design. These innovations might not completely solve the dilemma of logging off, but they could make social media less of a time sink and more of a thoughtful tool. You may see future platforms designed with built-in timers or features that automatically close the app after a set period. Some might prioritize real-world connections, encouraging offline meetups through localized event boards, or highlight group activities that combine digital coordination with genuine social encounters. Sector 12. The big question: will we ever log off completely? At this point, you might be wondering if total disconnection is even feasible. Given how deeply social media has woven into our lives, professionally, socially, and even economically, it's unlikely we'll see a broad-scale exodus. For many, social media is integral to job hunting, brand building, or simply staying in touch with far-flung family and friends. The concept of logging off might still exist, but more as a temporary break than a permanent exit. Nevertheless, this doesn't mean we're doomed to live in a state of constant digital overload. The future likely lies in a more balanced approach, one where we consciously decide how much time to spend online, what platforms to frequent, and which digital communities genuinely add value to our lives. If the biggest platforms continue adopting user-friendly policies, and if newcomers innovate ethical ways to keep us engaged without overwhelming us, we may inch closer to a scenario where social media and well-being coexist harmoniously. Sector 13. Practical tips for a balanced digital life. Before wrapping up, let's turn all this theory into tangible steps you can apply right now. Here are some suggestions to help you strike that all-important balance. Firstly, schedule your screen time. Try designating specific times of the day to check your apps rather than browsing sporadically. Setting alarms or using scheduling features can provide structure. Secondly, curate your feeds. Unfollow or mute accounts that add stress or negativity to your life. Seek out profiles that inform, uplift, or truly resonate with your goals. Thirdly, use digital well-being tools. Apps like Forest, Freedom, or your phone's built-in screen time monitor can help you block certain sites or track your daily usage. Fourthly, engage intentionally. Instead of doom scrolling, focus on posting meaningful content or leaving thoughtful comments. Depth over breadth can lead to more enriching interactions. Fifthly, explore offline hobbies. From hiking to painting classes, finding offline passions can fill your day with fulfilling activities, reminding you that there's a vibrant world beyond the screen. Sector 14. Wrapping up, charting a positive course. We've gone on a whirlwind tour of social media's past, present, and potential future, all guided by the question, will we ever log off? The answer is multifaceted. While a full-blown mass exodus seems improbable, given how intertwined social platforms are with daily life, we're witnessing a shift toward more mindful usage. From niche networks to ethical design and mental health considerations, the conversation around social media is evolving, reflecting our collective need for connection without chaos. Ultimately, we have the power to shape this narrative. By advocating for transparency in algorithms, supporting platforms that prioritize well-being, and adopting personal habits that keep us grounded, we can ensure social media serves us rather than hijacks us. Even if we never log off completely, we can learn to log on with intention, making digital spaces a source of positive impact rather than anxiety or distraction. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Everyday English Podcast. I'm Chris, and I hope this episode gave you fresh insights or even a nudge to reconsider how you interact with social media. If you enjoyed our chat, feel free to subscribe or follow so you don't miss upcoming episodes. And if someone in your life is constantly glued to their phone, why not share this episode with them too? Until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and remember that technology is here to uplift us when used wisely. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Everyday English Podcast. All right, that's a wrap for today's episode. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on more tips to improve your English. And hey, if you want to take your learning to the next level, check out the books I've linked in the description. These are some of the best resources to boost your vocabulary, grammar, and confidence in English. Blast off.